Hey y'all, hey, this is Kiki and I'm back. I'm back. I wasn't going to come back, but I'm back. And the reason why I wasn't going to come back is because that last show was fugazi. They had us all hyped up thinking we're about to see people get married and we saw nothing. I was a little upset. But anyway, I didn't want to go back on my word. I said I was going to upload on Thursdays. So I did go back on word because it's Friday. But anyhow, I'm uploading now. I didn't want to because I was like, yo, that show, man, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. Like, I wanted to see people get married. I wanted to, like, be all into it. But anyhow, I was talking to a friend of mine. They were like, upload, do your thing. So they also told me that my background was kind of ghetto last time. So I tried to do a little better. And I got a little bit more lighting. So here we go. We in here. Got my nails done and I did something to my hair too. So let's go. All right. So let's get into this episode. Now, I'm going to play a little clip about with the girls chatting it up, doing their thing. So let's see.
Claire, Haley, and Haley. Yes. And Braided. Hi. What's your name? Paige. Nice to meet you. How are you feeling?
Look at Paige.
Oh my gosh.
Paige is banging though.
Meet you. How are you feeling?
Hi.
What's your name? Paige. Nice to meet you. How are you feeling? Oh my gosh. Every type of
right?
Yeah. We're really doing this.
Yeah.
Like we're really committed to it.
I'm still. I'm like. I don't feel like it's.
It hasn't hit me yet, right?
It's also like the most crazy bananas thing.
In general, I feel like I've done some.
I'm a nut job, yeah, but like this is a lot even for me.
Girl.
It's super exciting and rewarding to be able to finally meet the other ladies that are going through this journey with me. I feel like I have a support system. Like they decided to do the same exact thing as me, so I don't feel as crazy. They're beautiful. They're dope. Like they're super energetic. Like I feel like I can call them like my homegirls.
I put a ring on this finger just to try it out.
Oh, I literally have never worn a ring on that finger ever.
You will put it on this finger and then you're
Just for fun right now.
right.
That feels weird.
Yay! Sister girls already. So I thought this was so cute. I like how as the season has evolved, they have started to have the couples, like the women kind of congregating and getting to know one another and building friendships, and then the men as well. Like it wasn't like that as much when the seasons first started, but I really love that they're creating this camaraderie, and it seems that for those couples that the relationships don't work out, this friendship or this bond that they're creating with these strangers makes the situation still a worthwhile experience for them. So I really like that. And I like that they were kind of getting together for a little bit of drinks and talking it out. So yeah, I think that was really cute. Now, my thoughts on the episode, okay? Oh, y'all, I was just mad that I didn't see people get married, but I will talk about what happened in the episode. So the ladies kind of went and tried on their dresses. They look so beautiful. This, of course, is Brianna's dress. She looked very classy, very beautiful. But the other ladies did too. I really like Paige's dress. Paige has a banging body. Like, she just does. She has a banging body. So she looked really good. Her dress was nice, but everyone picked a dress that really, I feel like, complimented them. What really touched me about the dress scene was Virginia when she went to go try on her dress and her stepmom came and surprised her and she just broke down crying. That kind of clued me into a couple of things about Virginia. First off, people were kind of coming down on her because she had a few too many drinks at the bachelorette party. But I think that Virginia is a sensitive soul. I think that she's probably hurting in some ways inside. And she's looking for that support and that love, which is why she was so touched when her stepmother came to the dress fitting to support her. I think that if her husband, the pilot, ends up being someone who sees her for who she is and loves her unconditionally, that relationship might work. I know a lot of people are saying he's too old, he doesn't want to party with her, that's going to be too much. But if he is attracted to her and he ends up developing caring feelings for her and he supports her and loves her no matter whether she drinks or parties or whatever, I think that relationship is going to work, oddly enough. That's my feeling on it. And it might bring her to more of an emotional maturity where she isn't partying or drinking as much, because sometimes that's the way that love works. So we'll see what happens with that couple, but I am not on the bandwagon of they're not going to make it. She drinks too much. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think, but I feel like if the pilot supports her, shows her unconditional love, that will bring another side of her out. And I think she's really a person who is looking for love, looking for support. And he seems like he's very committed in wanting to be in that type of relationship as well. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't become toxic or codependent, but which can also go that way too. But hopefully it's just a great relationship. So they went and they tried on their dresses. Everyone looked beautiful. That moment at the dress shop when the stepmom came was really a beautiful moment, I think. And so let's go on and talk about some other stuff. So what got me heated was that we didn't see anyone get married. And that's why I almost didn't post today, because I'm like, no, Married at First Sight, 2 hours of teasing us. And you know how you're watching the show and you're looking at the little time bar at the bottom, and I stopped and I'm like, it got real short. And I'm like, how many couples are we going to have a chance to see get married? And we saw none. But we saw with Clara and Ryan, we saw them actually walk down the aisle. She walked down the aisle blindfold. Now, my thoughts on that. So, Clara, girlfriend, this is what happened, I think, with Clara, because she totally freaked out. She got a lot of anxiety. I think that she was just prepared for, excuse me, a voice crack. I think she was just prepared for a guy, a regular old guy. She knows how to take how guys are. But Ryan's coming with his A game. Like, he's thoughtful. He's caring. He's serious about this relationship. So she's like, oh yeah, I'll just, send him some drinks and some shot glasses. That's what guys like. And Ryan sent her like a 4-page letter. I mean, it wasn't that long, but he sent her a pretty long, thoughtful letter that was kind of explaining what he's going through in his life. And he gave her a sentimental gift, which was his boombox. And I think that freaked her out, because it was like, oh my God, this man is serious, And a lot of times, ladies, we talk about we want this guy that's going to be good to us and But when we meet him, sometimes we freak out because it's like, oh my God, is he going to like me? Is he going to accept me? And I think that's what happened to her. And that's why she was like, oh, my hemline is a joke. And I don't like my makeup. I don't feel like myself. And I think she kind of lost it in that moment, because it was like, this man is serious. Like, he wants to be married and he's going to put some effort into it, which means I'm going to have to put some effort into it. So I think that kind of freaked her out. Not to say that she won't put in effort, but that can be kind of daunting to really meet someone who is about the things that you say that you want. So my hope for them is that she doesn't let her insecurities get in the way, that she doesn't let fear get in the way, but that she just opens up. And also that she doesn't feel like she has to be this perfect person for him, because there's no such thing. Don't even try to put on a front. Just be yourself. I think that Ryan will be the type of dude who will accept you for who you are and who will love you through your flaws or whatever, hopefully, God willing. But I would say, be yourself, girlfriend. You are enough. Forget about those jokers in the past who didn't treat you right. You got a real one. Roll with it. Let the past be the past. So that is my hope for them. I thought it was such a beautiful thing that he actually thought about, I want the moment that I meet my wife, our hands are the first thing that touch. Like, I am all for that. I thought that was so romantic. I know some people were like, he's doing too much. But he wanted the moment to be significant, to be unique, to be one of a kind, to be a memory that will last for the both of them. And so he created that moment that he wanted. He made sure that he did the things he needed to do to make that moment happen. And I think that was really sweet. I think it was super thoughtful. The producers were just going along with it. They were like, this is what I want. This is my wedding. And I want the first time I see or experience my wife to be just our hands touching. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. Kudos to you, Ryan. I'm glad we at least got to see that. So this is a picture, but of course you don't see them in their wedding. I really thought it was so cute how Chris picked out his little snazzy jacket. And he was like, yeah, I wanted it to be unique. But what I didn't think was cute, Chris, was when you was all flirting with that exotic dancer talking about, I'll be happy. Oh, no, his name is not even Chris. Boop, boop on me. His name is Vincent. My bad. But anyway, what I didn't think was cute, Vincent, was when you were flirting with that exotic dancer on the night of your wedding. Now, I'm like, this is your bachelor party. And I feel like maybe he had a couple of drinks and he just got carried away in the moment. He got the cameras were there. Because he does like have a self-reflection check and he goes to stand over with the pilot and he's like, I ain't gonna look too good, is it? And he's like, nah, bro. Not gonna look good at all. And it didn't. It really did. It didn't look good at all. But I think he was just having a good time. I won't say that he's a bad dude. I'm still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because that's what I do, because we're all human at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know. If it was my bachelorette party and I had a couple of drinks and there was some fine dudes around, I'm not saying I'll go as far as be all up in their face, but, I'm human. I'm going to look, So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. But for their relationship, I am so excited because when I watched the show, I started to like Brianna even more. She seems like she's a really cool girl. She seems like she is down to earth, that she's fun, but also serious. So she seems like she can just kind of get in and flow with the girls. And, I think that she'll be a cool compliment to him. And I also believe that because her girlfriend kind of said, you are a person who likes to have things a certain way. A lot of times as women, I'll go ahead and say it, as Black women, we're put in positions where we kind of feel like we have to be super strong, or we have to be super independent and not depend on anyone. And sometimes that's because that's the way life kind of flows us or pushes us in that direction. But when you find a partner who is a foundation for you, who is a strong support for you, who lets you feel like you could be emotionally safe, that is a whole new woman, boy. And I think that's why you saw her smiling so hard in follow-up pictures, because Vincent definitely seems like the type of guy who is very compassionate, warm, loving, caring. And as he kept saying again and again, I'm willing to do whatever. I'm doing whatever for my marriage. I'm doing forever for my family. So, she might be that real structured person, but he'll be probably the type, not a pushover, but the type that would be like, okay, if this makes you happy, then, I'm with it. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with doing it. And I don't think he'll think it's much labor to do the things that she's asked of him. But I don't want it to be like it gets to a point where he's like, well, dang, everything about you, girl. What about me? He's always licking his lips. But hopefully it doesn't get to a point where he's just like feeling like it's all about her. But at the same time, I can see this relationship being really strong, and that she will melt and blossom under the support, or with the support, of a man who is just like a soft space for her to land. Okay? Because it takes a different type of strength, fellas, to be there for your woman emotionally. I know a lot of guys want to protect and provide, but being there emotionally when your woman comes to you and they need that soft space to land, that's a whole nother level. Everybody don't got the skills for that. Everyone does not. I think Vincent does. So we'll see how that goes with that relationship. Okay, so Paige and Chris, look at that dress, it is banging. But I think those shoes are doing too much, Chris. Where your socks at? But anyway, I ain't even fooling with him. I ain't gonna do that. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding around. But what I feel about this couple, I feel like they will actually build a mansion on the moon if they put their minds to it. They're both extremely ambitious. They both have a vision for their lives. They both are connected to God. Them are some ingredients for you to build a mansion on the moon, in my opinion. I also feel like they'll be very sexually compatible and have a lot of chemistry between the two of them. I mean, and he was like, I want someone good in bed and a freak. That's the same thing. Anyway, but I don't think Paige is going to disappoint. I don't think she's going to disappoint. And I think she can do whatever she needs to do to please her man. I can see that she's going to do whatever she needs to do to please her man. Okay? Girlfriend ain't playing. She's not playing. They said, oh, y'all got some lingerie. She said, oh, I got some for the whole week of the vacation. And I got my STD records. And I'm bringing condom. Like, girlfriend ain't playing. You think she playing when she's not. So I think he'll be fine. But the thing is, sometimes, and he said it out of his own mouth, when you lead with sex first, sometimes the relationship doesn't have a chance to develop and it crumbles. I thought it was very honorable of him, and I know some people might think maybe he faking or maybe it's not for real. I thought it was very honorable of him to say, I don't want to have sex with my wife right away because I want to build a relationship. And every time I've had sex early on, the relationship has not lasted. He's a young man. That's a lot of wisdom right there. Okay? And I also think it could be very true. You know, they do need a chance to get to know each other because I think if they lead with sex, they'll get caught up in that part of it. Now, the part of their relationship that I think might suffer in all this is their emotional connection. I don't see that emotional maturity necessarily in either one of them. They're still very young, but I don't know that they have that emotional awareness and emotional maturity to make that connection in that relationship right now. I feel like what they will do starting out the gate will have a very strong sexual attraction and chemistry and connection, and they'll both be like-minded business-wise, but you need to have an emotional connection with your partner for your relationship to have a strong foundation and for it to last. So hopefully they get around to that part with the help of the experts, helping them to communicate and talk about their feelings, which the experts have been very good at doing in the past. They had that whole breakthrough with Miles and Karen on their show where they were able to meet in the middle in a genuine place emotionally and make that connection. So hopefully that is something that will happen with Paige and Chris as well. Again, like I said, I'm rooting for them. I think it's beautiful that she had a dream and a vision of her wedding before that day even happened. If you don't believe in that, more power to you. But I think that's, if God speaks to you in your dream and you having visions about that might be all that, and she's so peaceful. The other brides were like, oh, she's like, this is my time. This is my moment. I'm about to have it. Regardless of what any of y'all think. I've been praying for this. I've been wanting this, and this is happening, and it's going to be good. So she's going to do whatever she needs to do for that wedding. Now, what I think that a lot of people have their mixed emotions about Chris. What I think would be a strong saving grace point for Chris is his support system. When grandma was talking to him on that couch, what you knew was that grandma knew who he was very intimately, that she has poured into him, that she has supported him, that she knows him very well, and that she's going to continue to support him and give him that sage advice that he's going to need along the way. He's also making it a point to talk to his pastor and be mentored by him. So I think that's also a good thing going in his favor. Sometimes when you get married and you're young, and you're going to need some guidance. You're going to need some advice. You're going to need some people who have some skin in the game, who have some experience in the situation. His grandparents definitely have that. They've been married, she said, since she was 16 years old. So I feel like despite him having some immaturity at this point in his life, he has a support system around him, if he's open to it, that he needs to be a very good husband. So I'm still rooting for them. I think that they're going to be fine. Now, Jacob and Haley. Oh, this picture is nice. And you know what? Jacob was surprising me. He was throwing little jokes out there. He was warming up to the guys. So I think that once he gets comfortable with people, like, you see another side of him. And I feel like even though Haley said, I don't want to have to pull something out of my man to make him feel comfortable with you, she's going to have to do with Jacob. I can see that already. But I think that he'll try to warm her up and tell some jokes and get to know her. And we'll see. The more she is open to him, because she was the one that said she had 2 really bad experiences in relationships and it kind of shut her down. But if she's truly saying that she is open to this experience and she's open to him, then her being open is going to allow him to give himself permission to be open with her. I just think that he's going to need her to first be the person to open in that way. But the thing is, I think she might need the same thing. So I don't know. They're definitely going to need the experts to help them to break down some walls between the two of them so that they can have some good communication. I could definitely see that they could probably be attracted to each other right away, but marriage is way more than being attracted to your spouse. So I'm rooting for them. I think they'll do well. I do feel, though, however, that I did not really get a sense from how Haley was portrayed in the show that I don't know if she's really as invested in it. I don't know. Like when she was explaining to her friends, like, oh, I'm getting married, it almost seemed like I know they call this an experiment, but it really seemed like an experiment, like something she was just trying out. She's a Sagittarius and I'm a Sagittarius. So I know we're very free-spirited. We're very go-with-the-flow type of people. But there has to be some kind of core streak of, I want this to work and I'm going to put in some work to make it work for a marriage to succeed. So I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best for them. And I talked about Virginia and Eric. And like I said, like, I just get a sense that he is going to be head over heels for her. So she can drink, throw up, do what she want to do. And he's going to be wiping the throw up out her hair. Like, it's okay, boo-boo. I love you. And that's just going to make her feel like, oh, I have somebody to support me. I'm safe finally. So that's my sense of it. But, that's just me. But anyhow, that's my take on this week. I know I said I was going to post on Thursday. I'm posting today. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick recap. Like, I really want you all to like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, I want you to comment. Like, are you seeing some of the same things with the couples? What was your take on it? What did you notice that maybe I didn't bring up here? I definitely want to hear your input. I want to talk about it together with you. I want this to be like a community space where we can really just watch the show together, where we can really like dig in and talk about the show together. So have a blessed week. Have an awesome weekend. Do some service on MLK Day. Love and respect Martin Luther King and his family. And to all of you, peace and blessings. And I'm out.